northern U.S., next to the Mississippi River in a small town. And we're on the platform of a little train station. He is a big man in his late 40s, big beard, barrel chest. She's a slip of a girl. She's in a long calico dress. She's 18 years old. She has a red hat tied around her hair. And she's about to get on the train and leave for the east for her school. They are all that's left of a family that came to this park years ago. So it's a big change for both of them. She's excited. She's a little nervous. She gets on the train and waves goodbye to her dad as long as she can see him. He now jumps into his buggy behind his best horse and heads back down this dirt road to this sprawling ranch that he's built over the years with his own hands. And as he does it, he starts to think about his time raising his daughter. The affections and the fights and the famine and the floods and all the stuff that's gone with it over the years. And it makes him happy. He's happy to see her grow up, happy to see her with a life of her own, and now him with a whole new life ahead of him. So he clicks up his horse into a canter on his way home, and that's the setting where these songs play. There are 3 songs from Magnetic South: Calico Girlfriend, 9 Times Blue, and Little Red Rider. It's a triptych of songs. Starting a set Okay, so now let's move to an urban setting where it's kind of downtown, and it's a big apartment building. People are running in and out of each other's apartments all the time. They know each other pretty well. It's a community, if it's not a family. There's a deli downstairs, and they see each other on the streets all day long. It's just part of a life, or a center of a life for a lot of them. He sees her often, and sometimes he'll bring her a gift, and is careful and caring for her. She will sometimes fix them both dinner in her apartment. They're together a few nights a week. They are lovers. And then one night, after dinner, standing over the sink, drying the last of the dishes, he starts to watch her. And in the twinkling of an eye, just the slightest change, something has happened. And after a moment of silence, he says this to her. It means nearness. The word means nearness. Propinquity.
Awesome.
Brandon told me that he really liked my new song, Propinquity. Thank you. All right, 1930s, film noir. Let's do this. Moonlight peeks through the shadows of a passing storm on a seacoast road and reveals this little roadside nightclub behind a gravel parking lot, a blue neon sign up above. She sits at the wheel of her yellow convertible and smiles at him standing in the parking lot. And then she drives away into the darkness. He stands there for a moment. He has just learned that her alluring smile was merely a mask and that it has foisted his own assumptions upon him. So he turns, he goes back inside, last cup of coffee, and then he comes out and he drives down the same road but in the opposite direction. So we stay with him as he drives along and kind of pulls himself together. The closeness is gone now, but the memories will stay with him. So, as they take form in his thoughts, the moonlight breaks through the clouds. Now ripples of the calm water reflect the moonlight. The road wanders ahead up into mountains he's never seen before. And the night has become beautiful. From the album Hits Just Keep On Coming,
yes.
This is Tomorrow and Me.
Yes.
sidewalk cafe. There's a cobblestone, there's the rattle of taxis and the ding of bicycle bells, and there's an awning hanging from the side of the building out over tables in a cafe out on the sidewalk. It's a bustling scene like something painted by Renoir. And in the midst of this convivial crowd, a couple sits in silence. There is a distance between them. Stare at the table. She's modern. She has a big sunglasses and she's wearing a scarf and sandals much of her times. He's a dashing young man with fine features, but they're now drawn in concern. She wants to be a mother, and he wants to be a lover. So, there's sadness, there's distance, tristesse, and tension. They both know that before they can love each other, they have to learn to love the same things. So at last he says for both of them what he knows has to be said. The song is Different Drum.
Yes.
You a man